Okay, let's try this again. Take two. Had to answer the door. Okay, so I hope this isn't crooked. Sorry you can see my floors. Um, Today's video is going to be a makeup inventory, part one. It's going to be foundations, powders, and setting sprays. I'm going to include numbers in this because I may do a separate video for makeup inventory numbers and then go into detail about that. But for now, I'm just going to run through these real quick, talk about them for a second, and stuff like that. So for foundations, I have 17, and let's just go through them. This is the Covergirl Skin Milk in 530 Fairlight. That is the shade. I'm using this one this week. I do like it. I have the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I've got number 13 and number 21. This one is bright beige. This one is light beige. I do like both of these, but I think 13 is a little too light. This one's 13. I think this one's a little too light. I can't remember, but I do like them. I have the Covergirl Clean Liquid Foundation. This is in 110 Classic Ivory. This one's okay. I wore it last week. I can't remember if I need to go a shade down or a shade up. Or if it's close enough. No, I think this one's close enough. I do like this foundation. I would re-get it. I would repurchase it once I use up a bunch of these. Let's talk about these. I have the Ordinary Serum Foundations in 1.1, 1.2. Both of them are neutral. This one's fair. This one's light. I think these are a little too light for me. If I ever repurchased the Serum Foundations again, I would need to get a different shade. But I do like these. The ones I don't like, this is the Ordinary High Coverage Foundation. 1.1 in fair. 1.2 in light. I don't like these. I don't like high coverage. Give me light coverage, at the most medium coverage. But I do not like high coverage. It looks terrible on my skin. So I would not get these again. Let's talk about one I can't stand. The Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation in 002 Neutral Ivory. First, the shade is all wrong for me. Way too light. This is a matte foundation. I didn't know that. I was going for the fact that it was hydrating because in the title it says hydrating foundation. I would not re-get this again. I'm going to go back to using it as an eyeshadow base. Like before I put on my eyeshadow. That's what I was doing before. I'm not the type to declutter. I have before. I went from a small collection to a decent collection for our everyday consumer. And then I got rid of a lot of stuff. I don't do that anymore. I think about my purchases before I get them. I'll go back and forth. Do I want it? Do I not want it? And then in the end, if I truly want it, I'm going to get it. But with this, it was just... I almost... Back when I got it and realized it was too late, I almost got it again just to check it out. And see if I liked it better with the correct shade. But I'm just not. So this is a no for me. And again, y'all, I apologize about my floor. My bedroom floor looks like classroom floors, and they are very hard to mop. I know it has nothing to do with the video. I'm just putting that out there in case you can see it. They're not true white. They're just, you can't regular mop it. You have to get on your hands and knees with cleaning stuff and a rag or a towel, something, because a mop is just going to smear it. Anyway, I digress. That was beside the point. This is the Maybelline Dewy+Smooth foundation. I've got the shade 110 Porcelain. I think this was an okay shade match for me. You know, as much as I use my foundations and the fact that I can't remember certain things, it's terrible. I also have the Covergirl Trueblend Hydrating Foundation. It's a smoothing natural finish in E.l.f. Natural Ivory. I like this one. But then again, I'm biased. Covergirl has been a brand I've liked since my teenage years. Okay, now those are the foundations I have rotated because the way I do my makeup, I rotate through my entire collection. Like, I'm thinking about doing a project pan and just having certain days. Like, I want to do 2 to 3 projects. And one I'll do on weekends. One I'll do like one day a week and whatever. And then the rest of the days, I'll just rotate through my collection like I normally do. Now, these in here are the ones that I still have to rotate through. I have 2 e.l.f. I did have 3, but I finished 1. So I have the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. I have 2. Now, this is medium coverage. This is the highest I'll go with coverage. So I've got 210 Bisque, 120 Pearl. They're a neutral undertone. I love the e.l.f. foundation. And again, medium coverage is the highest in coverage that I'll go. I've got 2 Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrators. This one it says Tinted Skin Veil, plus hyaluronic acid, plus squalene. It's oil-free, sheer to medium coverage. I've got fair and light. Have you noticed a pattern? It's either fair or light, or it says fair and light. I've got the this is Essence. I have 2 of them. Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron plus Aloe Vera. I've got 340 Neutral Ivory. And then I've got 040 Neutral Vanilla. And I'm not going over these samples. I'm just not. So that was the foundations. Let me throw them back in here. Was that the only ones, or were these in there? Anyway. All right, let's run through my powders real quick. This is the one that's in my makeup basket this month. Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. This is Fair Light. When I first used it, I didn't care for it. But now it's just okay. It's not my favorite. Even though it's okay now, I went from not liking it to being okay. This is one I wouldn't repurchase. Beige Cosmetics shade 205. This is old. This is old. I think I got it in 2018, 2019, something like that. You can't get powders on their website anymore. Not that I've seen. Another one that's old is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder Translucent. That's the shade, Translucent. I got this off of a recommendation from a YouTuber back in 2018 saying this is good if you have dry skin. It's not. This is, maybe for some people in dry skin this works, but I have dry skin to dehydrated skin, and that's terrible. This is horrible and too heavy for my skin. This was broke when I got it and didn't realize it till after I got home. But as you see, there is Pam there. I showed that last week. This is Covergirl Clean 120 Creamy Natural. I like this powder. I really like that powder. Let's get through these and then we're almost done. I have a couple more loose powders. I've got the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, 10 Fair Light. This one's okay. It's not horrible. But what I'm learning about myself is I don't like loose powder. Some look better than others. Like this one's crap. I don't like it, but I will finish it because I bought it. Then I've got the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Powder in 110 Translucent Light. And then I've got the Catrice True Skin Mineral Loose Powder that has hyaluronic acid. It's a transparent matte. And then I got the Essence My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder. It's supposed to be an instant blur effect. I don't think I've noticed that. And then this one's a natural matte finish too, and it's 0 Fair Light. And this one's 010 Translucent Matte. Last 3. The Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. It's matte and poreless. It's 100 in translucent. It's 100 in translucent. These press powders are okay. I like them all. The CoverGirl Clean Fresh Press Powder, 120 Fair. And then the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in Fair Light. I didn't realize that reflected. But anyway, so those were the powders. I mean, you know, powders are powders in my opinion. Some do look better than others. But that's, you know, that's just my opinion on that. And I am really thinking about doing a couple of project pans. That way, not only do I rotate through my collection, because I rotate through my collection every month. And then I have the makeup basket for the month. And then I take that basket and each week pull out products for the week. I may, if anybody watches this and you care, I know I show my monthly makeup basket every month, but would you want me to break it down by the weekly baskets that I do? And you could see those too. I mean, because if I did that, plus my makeup inventory, I can just do 2 makeup videos a week. But let's go ahead and get into the setting powder, not setting powders, Lord Jesus, setting sprays. The one I'm using now, and I have 3, and I had more than at one point, but I only open one at a time. This is the E.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. This is one I would definitely repurchase. And then I have 2 from Mario Badescu. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I've got 2 of these facial sprays. One's with aloe herbs and rose water. One's with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. I think it was this one that I've used before and really liked it, so I got it again, and then I wanted to try this one. Lord, you know, honestly, it bothers me that y'all can see my floors. If anybody watches this, again, I apologize that you can see my floors. I try to cover it because I don't like them. But anyway, guys, this was my makeup inventory part 1 for foundations, powders, and setting sprays. Again, I do these videos so I can have something to reference to about things I like, things that I'll buy again or won't buy again. Also, this gives me a way to really look at my collection, because I thought about it today. This is giving me a way to really look at my collection, and it's going to stop me from making more purchases, because I have a ColourPop order sitting in my cart with a foundation and a couple other things. Like, I had several things in there, plus a powder. I don't need it. So I took out the powder. I took out the few eyeshadow palettes that were in there. I have a couple other things sitting in there, plus a foundation. And it's going to keep sitting there unless I completely wipe it out and not do it. Because again, I have 2 ColourPop orders on the way. I have a Sephora order on the way. And I don't buy makeup just to buy makeup. If I really see something that I like and I really like it and want it, I get it. Like, yes, I watch a lot of beauty YouTube and makeup and different things like that, but I don't see something like, oh my God, I gotta have it, If I'm scrolling through whatever and I see something that I like, I do get it, because for me, I wear makeup 7 days a week. I'm really trying to knock that back to 6 days a week to give my face a break. But for me, I'm the type of consumer, because I'm really not a YouTuber, even though I'm putting videos up now. I still don't consider myself a YouTuber. I consider myself an everyday consumer. And does an everyday consumer need all this? No, they don't. But I like makeup. I enjoy makeup. And I wear it 7 days a week. So there's that. And again, if I haven't apologized for this yet, I'm sorry that this is crooked, because it looks crooked to me, but I can't fix it. And I apologize for the floors. But anyway, if you watched this and got this far, thank you. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Just to, I don't know. Because I do this for me, but at the same time, I would like people to subscribe. And now I'm rambling. And I feel like I rushed this video because I didn't mention this. I know I mentioned I had 17 foundations. I didn't mention how many powders I had, or how many powders I have, and how many setting sprays I have. So just to recap, and to tell you, because I didn't tell you 2 of them. I have 17 foundations. I have 10 powders. 5 of them 10 powders are loose powders, and 6 of them are pressed powders. So that means I have 11 powders then. Excuse me. Yes, I have 11 powders. 5 are loose, 6 are pressed, and then I have 3 setting sprays. So I need to correct that on paper. So again, if you watch this, thank you. I'm sorry for the rambling. I'm sorry for sounding really rushed. But to me, this was a lot to get through. But I am thinking about doing a project pan for several things, just to really have different sections. So instead of doing a monthly makeup basket and rotating through my collection, I can still do that. But then let's say have a weekend project pan for products I already have pan in. And let's say I take and do some kind of eyeshadow palette project pan. That way I'm rotating through. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day if you watched it. And if you got this far, I appreciate it. But have a great day. Bye.